what's going on? Back at Dave the Confused. Thank you so much for being here. We're talking our favorite horror movie kills. Part 1 maybe on this video. And of course I got a special guest, Jessii Vee, today. She put her favorite horror movie kills on a little video for me, and that's going to be in just a little bit. But I just want to take 10 seconds just to do like a quick channel update. What I'm going to be doing from now on is I'm still going to be doing the longer videos that are like 10 to 12 minutes with Jess and, you know, anybody that wants to do a video with me. But I'm also going to be putting out shorter videos so I can get more content out to you guys faster and throughout the week. Maybe like a 2 to 5 minute video sometimes, telling a scary story, me ripping into a bad horror movie, I don't know, what have you. But those are going to be kind of like the way I'm going to do videos now, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so today we're talking horror movie kills. Now, like, what makes a horror movie sometimes is the kills. You know, my personal favorite horror movies are the old school, corny, bloody, gory slasher videos that, you know, I grew up on. Those are the ones that I really, really enjoy. You know, there's the ones that really like give you like a mind F, and I'm just kind of like, maybe, you know, they're good, but I prefer like the blood and guts, right? The first kill that I'm going to talk about, that's one of my favorites, and when I saw it, it just like blew my mind, was in the movie Sinister 2. In the movie, it talks about how like this like kind of, you know, mysterious demon figure steals kids and makes them kill their families, and videotapes it using this like really old like recorder, like, you know. And one of the kills is like with rats. Yeah, rats. And rats have this kind of like extra sense where they sense heat and they run away from heat. So if there's like a burning building, they always say sometimes follow rats if you see them, because they'll find the quickest way out of the building, right? That's kind of used against people. And basically what they do is this kid ties down his family in like a church on the ground and puts a rat on their like stomach and puts a bucket over the rat so it can't get out, and starts a fire on the top of the bucket. And basically this rat chews its way out of the people and just rips through their bodies to get out away from the fire, and that's how they die. And it is the like, you would have given me 100 years to think of kills for a horror movie, and I would have never ever thought of that, not once. But I love it. It's so creative and awesome, and Sinister movies are awesome for kills, so go check them out. My second favorite kill comes from the Saw 3 movie, the Saw franchises, where there's like these insane traps and machines people have to try to escape from. And if you don't, you die in a super painful, disgusting way. And it's awesome. One of my favorites is known as the Rack, or also the Twisting Crucifix. And basically this guy is stuck in it, and he looks like he's in like a crucifix. And once the game starts, his limbs start to slowly twist and twist and twist until they do a full like 360, shattering all the bones. And it goes like arm to leg, and eventually his head. Spoiler, didn't work out for him. That's why it's on this list in kills and not almost kills. It's just so hard to watch and gruesome and gory, and the actor in it does such a good job of conveying pain. So that's my number 2, The Rack from Saw 3. Alright, and now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's see what Jess has in store.
Hey guys, it's Jessii Vee, and I'm so happy to be back here on the Dazed and Confused channel. Just so you know, I'm going to be talking about some of the craziest horror movie death scenes that I have personally seen. So this video is sort of going to be a spoiler video. So I'll tell you the name of the movie first, and if you haven't seen it and you don't want to know spoilers, just skip through like a minute or two, and then you should be okay. But I'm sure Dave will tell you all of this stuff. Okay, so when Dave first told me about this idea, the first movie that popped into my head was definitely the Alien movie. Okay, there's a few, but this is the first one, I believe. And if you've seen it, you know the chest burster scene. It's like a classic horror movie scene. Everybody talks about it. Everybody knows about it. This guy on the ship starts getting this like heartburn sort of sensation. He starts feeling a little bit weird. He gets placed on the table. Everyone's looking at him, wondering what's happening. And suddenly, out of his chest comes the alien chest burster thing. It's terrifying. I saw that movie when I was a really young kid, and it still sticks with me to this day. I actually haven't seen this movie in a long time, probably because of that scene. So if you know, you know. It's terrifying. The next very creepy and kind of sad horror movie death scene is definitely from 28 Days Later. Actually, Ty and I just watched this movie, I think it was last month. But there's this scene where the father is walking through and sees this bird who is eating one of the infected zombies, and the father's looking up to see what's happening, and suddenly a blood drip falls down, goes into his eye, and he gets infected by that tiny little blood drip that goes into his eyeball, and then he turns into a zombie and they have to kill him, and it's horrible. That scene was like heartbreaking because you start like getting attached to the families and the characters in the movie, and then they die from something so silly, like a bird eating a zombie and then that falls into his eye. It's terrible. Then we've got the scene from Hereditary. I wish I could take back watching this movie. I don't get too scared of horror movies, and this movie absolutely traumatized me. This is a warning before you keep watching. This scene I'm going to talk about was horrible. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly which scene I'm speaking about. There's this girl, she has a brother, she goes to the party with her brother. She has an allergy to peanuts, accidentally eats something with peanuts in it, starts having an allergic reaction. Her brother throws her into a car, tries to drive her to the hospital, and on the way she's sticking her head out the window trying to get air, and suddenly her head just goodbye head. Just because of YouTube rules, I can't go into details, but I'm sure you understand what this means. And then we have the Final Destination movies. Now, there are so many horrifying death scenes from all of those. I could sit here and talk about them for hours, but I know one that traumatized me since I was a kid was the sunbed scene where the girl goes into the sunbed, she's trying to get tanned, and she gets locked inside of there. She's trying to get out, she starts getting burned. You can see every horrifying second of her being stuck inside there, and I have claustrophobia, so it's really terrifying to watch. I think I saw this scene at a sleepover when I was in like grade 5 or something, and yeah, it's still horrible. This is why I don't go to sunbeds, guys. Anyways, guys, those are the 4 movies that I could think of. I can't wait to hear what Dave's are, and yeah, hopefully we didn't spoil anything for you, but yeah, thanks for having me, Dave, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!
All right, thank you, Jess. Really appreciate every time you stop in on the Dave the Confused channel. Now, my last favorite kill is from a movie called Quarantine. And I thought it's fitting because we're always in a quarantine. But anyway, Quarantine, the movie, is a remake of the movie called Wreck, which is, I believe, was a European independent horror movie film that just blew up. And Wreck is short for record, like on a VHS tape. Now, in Quarantine, the main character is played by the actress Jennifer Carpenter, famous from her role as the sister in Dexter. What makes this kill so awesome is it's filmed almost like on like a home video camera, and it's done in that weird like night vision, so everything kind of looks green and really dark. She's being like stalked and chased by what's called the Skinny Man, which is like a zombified man that's been stuck in his apartment eating like rats and cats and stuff for like months. So he's skin and bones, he's decaying, he's just like, it's insane. And she falls and she's just staring into the camera, kind of like she knows it's about to happen, and it's just a matter of fact of when it's going to happen. And then just when you get that moment of calm, like your brain interprets the scene as like possibly over, she just gets aggressively dragged into the darkness screaming, and that's the last you see of her. And it's just so well done. And like, even for a remake, like almost like a scene to scene remake of Wreck, It was just such an incredible kill and so well done and well filmed. And it just stuck with me, you know? Like, it's one of those that they just stick with you. So, that's my final kill from quarantine. This is, or has been, always will be, the video for favorite horror movie kills. I don't know where I was going with that. Big thank you to Jess. This is probably going to be part 1 because this is something that if you like this video, I'll get Jess again and we'll do another video of our favorite horror movie kills because there's so many. You can't just put it into one video. That's insane. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Dave, still confused. Go check out our merch and at least our dogs aren't werewolves.